Hey, how's everyone doing? My name is Brennan, and this video I'm going to talk a little bit about the upcoming episode of Minecraft Story Mode, Episode 8, A Journey's End, and also the possible theory that Reuben is going to come back in this episode. How come? I don't know, let's talk about it. Now you guys are going to have to take my words here with a pinch of salt, okay? Because not everything I said here is going to come true. I'm just speculating, I'm just telling what I had in mind, what theories I have. So, before we jump into episode 8, I'm going to talk about Reuben. Reuben is our beloved pig, our companion, our trusty warrior in episodes 1 to 4, which sadly, spoilers of course, perished while fighting the Wither Storm. We had a very sad moment with him, just like many other Telltale series. Now this is what makes Telltale Games series so memorable, okay? They have you cling to a certain character so much, a character you love, a character that's close to you, your companion, and right off the end, they just, you know, we're not having this, we're gonna kick this guy, we're gonna kill this guy off, okay? Now that to me is not something bad, I think it is good. If you guys watch Game of Thrones, it's not always a bad thing, it's a good thing, killing off a beloved character. I know it hurts, I know it's really sad, but it makes the character so much more memorable and lovable, rather than having them, you know, showing up again in the next episode or maybe the next season. Now we all know the famous death in The Walking Dead, Lee's death. I remember I was bawling when he died, when Clementine had to, you know, put him down. So to speak. This is the same thing that's applied to many stories these days, which is really effective, and it makes you appreciate, you know, that companion, that character so much more. So whether or not Telltale is going to bring Reuben back, that I couldn't say for sure, but I'm going to tell the theory either way that he is. Now let me take you back to the end of episode 7, where Harper and the gang, we're walking through the portal corridor. Harper did say that she and the rest of the old builders made something called the Atlas, which is like a compass or a map or a navigational thing, and we are going to have to find the other old builders who have them by going through this pathway, a stairwell, which she has opened to us using the redstone heart. So that brings us to episode 8. Now our main goal in episode 8 is still finding our way home, but to do that we are going to have to find the Atlas. Now in order to find the Atlas, we're going to have to find the old builders. Which brings us to this article posted by Mojang, which I'm going to put a link down in the description so you can check it out yourself. So let's just go through here. Minecraft Story Mode Episode 8, as you can see the big poster here, we do have some indications of what seems to be a spleef battle. We have ice blocks with one chipped off, with opposing players holding shovels. Definitely spleefing. We have our champions here. These two guys looks like they are cheering for the battle, so these guys might be spectators for the game, and they are wearing like sort of matching uniforms, what looks like Admiral. So that's what we are getting from this picture. Now enough with the posters, let's scroll down and see what the article has to say. You guys can pause the video or click a link down in the description below if you want to read them. I'm not going to go through the first paragraph because it's just telling us when it's going to be released, which is September 13th. Now what I want you to focus on is paragraph 2 and 3 here. Let me just go through it with you. But if Jesse and the gang's tale is coming to a conclusion, then it's certainly not going out quietly. Keep that in mind, this episode is not going out quietly. Having survived supernatural storms, maniacs in mansions, malevolent intelligence and more, Jesse's crew have one last and potentially lethal trial. Also, remember that guys, before they can find their way back through the portal corridor. In their haste to obtain the Atlas, our heroes find themselves stumbling into the midst of a deadly tournament. Deadly! Keep that in mind. In which people are forced to spleef for their very lives, or else find themselves cracking quads in the mines. What strange rules define the games? Who are the mysterious trio who run them? Will Jesse and company even make it to the finish line alive? All these questions and blah blah blah. So with the keyword stated here that this episode is not going out quietly, so something is going to happen, it's the gist of that, and we are going to face potentially lethal trial. Okay, potentially lethal, so someone is in danger here, and that we are going to be in a deadly tournament. Deadly. So what I think they're trying to tell us here is that Telltale is bracing us for what could possibly be another character's death during the spleefs. I don't know. These are the keywords that I find really interesting. I am worried, but I am really excited for episode 8 because there's gonna be spleefing in there, which is one of Minecraft classic mini games. And another clue that I think they're giving us is that episode 8 is gonna based off the movie The Hunger Games. Perhaps it's gonna be something like that where players or contestants are going to be thrown into a giant ring. In this case, the spleef ring, and they're gonna be spectators around. And this game, also another clue given to us, is going to be hosted by mysterious trio. Okay, now we don't know who are these trios who are going to run this Hunger Games, Spleef Hunger Games. We don't know who they are yet. Maybe it's someone new that we're gonna meet. Maybe it's the old builders who are running them. Maybe they're evil. We couldn't know these things, right? So that's all of episode 8 that I can conclude by going through this article, and you guys can tell me more in the comment section below of what you think is going to happen in episode 8. Okay, with the article done, and now I'm going to talk about what's going to happen in the end of episode 8. Let's say miraculously we got out of the Spleef games, all well and alive, the gang is still together, no one is dead. We've met the old builders, we've obtained the Atlas, which is the key to going back home. But this is where things get interesting. What if the Atlas could point us into a portal which could bring us back in time? The time before Ivor builds the Witherstorm, the time before Reuben gets killed, the time before Magnus gets killed, and so forth. That is a possible theory that Telltale could put in, but to me, it's kind of a low chance. But if that happens and Reuben is back, of course, I am happy. Everyone would be happy, but that just ruins the entire episode 4 for the series. So I think that's a very low chance, or not at all, that they're going to do that. But it's a possible theory, guys. That's what I've been thinking. So that's the Reuben's theory for you. Do you remember what happened in Walking Dead? When Clementine had a dream where Lee come back, we had a glimpse of him, and I remember crying my eyes out because of that. Maybe we're gonna have a glimpse of Reuben in episode 8, I don't know. That could be another possible thing that Telltale might put in, but I guess it's still a very low chance. Okay guys, so that's all the insights I have for Minecraft Story Mode episode 8, which is coming out on September 13th, 2016, which is this Tuesday. I'm definitely going to play it and posting it on my channel. If you guys want to stay tuned and check that out, make sure to subscribe if you have not, and leave a like on this video, and let me know of your thoughts on what you're gonna think is going to happen in episode 8 down in the comments below. I'd love to read your thoughts and comments on what's going to happen, whether or not Reuben is going to come back in episode 8, and we could have a small little discussion there. What do you guys think, huh? Okay, so yeah, I'm going to have to close the video there, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers!